been in Saudi Arabia for about 2 weeks now. After a few days in Dubai, I hitchhiked to Medina, where I stayed with a wonderful young family, playing games, watching films and sharing meals. The city is one of the oldest in the Arab world, and until very recently was actually exclusively Muslim only. Ring roads connect the entire city like a spider web, all built around the giant central mosque.
Nothing less than colossal. Stretches for as far as I can see that way. And I guess this side as well, this is the women's section over there. Yeah, as you can see, everyone's wearing kind of the same stuff. It's all the white garments and the red turban, with finally someone that's not wearing it. I'm going to actually use the other arm just because of the tattoo. I'm going to keep it a bit lower. I used to really not care about that stuff, but there's something about being disrespectful. It's not a embarrassment, it's more of a respect, I like to think, at least. I've just come and sat down next to this food and I don't see any complaints. I think it's just up for grabs for anyone that comes and sits it. I might leave it a little bit longer, but it's just some quite simple bread and yogurt.
Saudi Arabia, I came for Umrah.
Umrah.
U-M-R-A-H, Umrah. It's like, to visit the Holy Kaaba. Between those two mountains, we have to again go
Circle
and
the
circle
mountains.
them now. Yeah, 7 times.
Mon Dieu.
Then you have to go outside and take out your hairs or whatever. If you don't want to take all the hairs.
You shave your head?
Yeah, shave your head, yeah.
Have you just done this recently?
Yeah, I have done that.
Wow, congratulations, man. You're Haji now. You're Haji.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Like mini Haji you can call.
Okay, mini Haji.
Not the Haji. Haji is like very big position. It's like training process.
And so you come to this mosque just as an extra thing, or this is part of it as well?
It's not like mandatory to finish the Umrah, but our beloved Prophet showed us the path, so we have to come back. I believe like that. I believe come here and salam here, and then maybe our Umrah will be finished. It's like personally thinking.
It's
not
internal
like mandatory.
when you feel like it's
it's
finished.
not mandatory in Islam.
Wow. For me, this has been a pilgrimage. I've been traveling across the world, and it's when my body tells me I'm done. I'm not done yet, so that's all I know.
And inshallah, you just drink Zamzam water. It will give you strength. It will give you health. It's not like only water. It's like a food, complete mineral loaded food.
Where is this? In the mosque?
There's a cat.
Oh, tamam.
That's
Okay,
the one.
I'll run and grab
Zamzam.
Yeah, just like normal water, I think. Maybe some electrolytes in there or something. I do really love seeing all the different styles of Islam. So many different types of hat and different type of people even. Like these guys with the black hats I'm going to take over in a second. Also, I think I found the exit again. That looks like the wooden structure we were walking along. And so I'm hoping these doors are the ones which have my shoes. Yeah, check out those hats right behind me. These hats coming up as well are just super colourful and pointy. Got so many different types of garment and beard and skin. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's such a multicultural place.
My journey eventually continued on to AlUla, a small touristy town in the middle of the desert, home to some ancient Petra-esque rock-carved ruins. An hour or so drive further into the wilderness, we'd heard rumours of a mysterious rock that appears cut in half as if with laser precision.
You wouldn't believe it, but we're genuinely out in the middle of the desert trying to find a rock. It looks something like this with a split down the middle, but it's a scarily straight line we saw pictures of on the internet, so we've actually driven for about 4 hours today to come find it. Right, this is strange. It's eerily silent. If I move this way I can hear the wind in this ear, but when I'm facing the road it's genuinely just flat. Maps.me seems to suggest that it's a 5 kilometre walk this way. We've got the sun probably setting in an hour and a half, 2 hours. Should take an hour to get there, so it's going to be a bit close to the edge. Not a load of water. Going into the desert, exciting, eh? Wow. It's goddamn beautiful. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. There's no sign of these rocks whatsoever. Not for miles.
The rest of this day was seriously awesome, but unfortunately my camera ran out of battery. You can't quite imagine walking for an hour and a half into the desert. The sun sets and then we're trying to find our way back in the dark, trying to remember rock shapes. It's a bit stressful, but it was also very enjoyable, just the silence and the peace, and then the stars came out and we even sat down and watched the moon rise, the full moon. It was a very special day, and we did find the rock in the end. Here's the one picture I've got from it.
It's been a wonderful stay here in a glamping tent in the middle of AlUla, right in the centre of the desert in the southwest of the country. Been staying with the couch surfers I met in Medina, and it's just been, yeah, so chill to be with a nice little community again. Hiking after that rock yesterday was a lovely experience and pretty difficult. It's so hot out here in this tent as well. It's a black roof, so I'm just soaking up the heat while I wait for my stuff to charge and wait for them to get back. It's midday and I'm about to say goodbye. I'm about to hitchhike towards Riyadh, the capital, Riyadh, and it's about 1,000 kilometers from here, but I want to give it a go without my maps. I've got a terrible sense of direction, and I think it's about time I start improving that. And also I've been attached to the phone recently. I was getting really annoyed at it, you know, always having to edit on it and just look at social media every now and then. It's really taking a lot of my life energy, and I'm excited to try and step back from it again. I used to be pretty good at not being so dependent on it, but yeah, while I've been travelling, it's been a nice little beacon, little buoyancy aid for me to keep me connected to the world. Dropped off on the first road. This motorway will take us to Hajj. There go the G's. As-salam. And this motorway is going to take us to a place called Ha'il. And then after that we're going to, wait for it, Berianda, something like that. I tried to memorize as many as I could to at least help along the way. I'm imagining people will be able to help me though, and people do seem to speak English here, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
Lift number 2 of the day took me a record-breaking 500 kilometers across the country and deep into a stormy night. Faced with the prospect of a dark and wet camp setup, I instead welcomed the offer to stay with my Pakistani driver and his friends. We even shared a dinner.
What an interesting place to end today's journey. This actually works out pretty well. I mean, I thought it was going to be difficult struggling along without my map, and I just ended up in one ride the entire day, and the kind dude Ali is just going to take me to the road to Riyadh tomorrow. Really couldn't have been easier. The only strange thing without my phone has been, well, there have been a few ones I guess, the main one being not having any entertainment, so I was looking out the window much more rather than listening to music or reading my Kindle maybe. And it was nice, you know, kind of diving into that boredom, trying to find other things to entertain me, really paying attention to the scenery, which was a nice addition as well. I think not having communication's been something I'm quite used to now without any internet. But yeah, not having the maps means I've really got to look at the road signs first of all. I've got to trust people even more than I have been already, you know, just kind of relying on them to guide me. What a strange place to wake up. And I have no idea what time it is. That was the other addition about having no phone, I just don't ever know the time. Which is again kind of interesting. It doesn't really, it's probably a bit too short a time to tell after one day, but it does feel like I'm going to be paying more attention to the world around me, listening to my body more as well, just waking up when I'm fully not tired anymore, and going to sleep when it feels like it and when it's dark. Saudi Arabian guys stopping their cars, I guess because it's midday, and they're praying by the side of the road in these beautiful, wealthy cars as well. Like, check these guys coming up. It's really just kind of magical to see them. they've been clearly very successful in their life, they still take the chance to say thanks to the Lord. Didn't even have a map there, just straight into the sand. Yeah, big respect. Thank you very much to driver number 3, our hero. 1,000 kilometers later, no phone, no money. Gonna end it there. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. The plan is to post another update next week, but in the meantime, if you missed either of these two, check them out.